everybody, happy Wednesday, and I feel the urge because of all the commercials to say, what day is it? Because it's hump day. So, when it's hump day, I'm on the website, katiemorton.com, and I'm also on YouTube, so if you asked your questions below yesterday's video, or you hopped on katiemorton.com and asked your questions there, I'm answering them. And I have 3 today as well as a journal topic. Oh, poop, and I forgot to write who it was from. It was on the website, but anyway, thanks for saying that out. You'll know that it's you when I read it. First question says, hey Katie, does being a therapist ever get exhausting? I can only imagine hearing such negative things every day can wear on you personally. Do you ever regret going into this field, or do you find that it is truly worth it at the end of the day? Thanks, love you. Now, I wanted to answer this because I get a lot of questions about it, and I get a lot of questions in general about how you can become a therapist. So I think it's important for those of you who are looking into the therapy field or thinking about being a counselor, therapist, psychologist, what have you, that you're aware of how it can feel and to make the decision if it's the right thing for you. Now, just to preface how I decided to continue on in my education and actually become a therapist is when I finished with school, I worked at this place in downtown Los Angeles called St. Anne's, and it's a home for foster teen girls who are pregnant or parenting, and I was a counselor there, because when you don't have your master's, you can't be a therapist, you're just a counselor. And I did that for about a year to decide if I thought I could keep doing it, if it was exhausting, and, you know, what I thought about it. And it is exhausting. That was particularly exhausting, and the burnout rate was really high there because they worked just long hours and everything like that, and we, you know, didn't get any breaks because we ate with the clients and stuff like that. So I'd encourage any of you, if you're thinking of doing it, before you commit and go into your master's and gather your hours and take your license exam, that you try it out for a bit, see how it feels, see if you like it, see if you feel worn out or if it's too much for you, because I find that everybody's very different. Now for me, I don't actually find it exhausting. I don't know why, but I don't. I also put a lot of energy into self-care for myself. Like, I'm kind of fighting a cold right now, and I have like this weird congestion, so I have been binge watching Blacklist with Sean, and we've just been lounging at night, and you know, we've been cooking at home together, and I've just been relaxing, and I've been spending time with my friends, catching up because I'm back in town. And so I enjoy yoga and meditation. I know many of you who have been longtime followers know that I've mentioned that periodically, and that's something that I do a lot to take care of myself. And if you plan on going into a field of any sort, nursing, therapy, a physician, any kind of field where all your energy is put into other people and helping them get well or whatever, make sure that you put a lot of energy into your self-care and you take care of yourself. Like I told you over and over, I am in therapy personally, and I think that as a therapist, that's something that should be required of us. It was when I was in school, in one of my practicums required it. So I think it's something we should all do. So that's my answer. I know it's a really long-winded answer to a short question, but it can be exhausting. Take care of yourself. I personally don't find it exhausting. And it can be ridiculously, wonderfully, so excited and rewarding. When I run into clients who I haven't seen for years, they email me, or I hear that they just got married, or they send me pictures of their baby or something that they're doing. They moved, they went to school. It could be any number of things. I get so excited, and that makes it all worth it. So yeah, take care of yourself, and then you can reap the rewards of helping others as you watch them grow. It can be really wonderful work. Okay, question number 2. Do therapists actually care about their clients, or do they just care and listen because they're paid to? Now, I know these are both kind of similar about being a therapist and therapy, but a lot of you have a lot of questions about this, and these got a lot of thumbs up. So I'm just answering what you want me to answer. So, okay. Now, I did a video recently for Laura Lejeune. If you haven't, I think her channel is called Laura Can Fly. Or maybe it's called Laura Lejeune. I'm not sure. Man, but I've been following her forever. It's not like I subscribe every day. It's like it just comes up in my feed and I watch her. And I did a video for her where I talked about the misconceptions of therapy. And the main one that I really want to talk about was that all therapists are not created equal. There can be real assholes out there, just like every profession. There are amazing people, amazing gardeners who know a lot about plants and ecosystems and what to create and what bugs they maybe should introduce to the area. Who knows? I don't even know about that. But there are people that are great at that. And then there are people who just know how to cut grass like me. But I could potentially, you know, keep up a lawn, right? So what I'm saying is there are people who invest in their career and invest in the people that see them, and only take a number of clients that they can maintain and put enough time and effort into. That's what I do. I maintain a certain amount of clients in my private practice so that I feel like I can still put in time and effort between sessions with them so that I'm prepared and I've been working on stuff and I have new ideas for them, and we're always trying something new. We're always working towards new things. So I really care a lot about my clients. It's not about the money for me. If it was about them, trust me, I don't make that much money. Therapists don't make that much money. So, and sorry, an ambulance just went by. So I care deeply. I care a lot about you guys. I wouldn't put in all this effort if I didn't care, because I don't really get paid much off this either. Ads on YouTube aren't paying a ton. It's not like I make a lot of money. It's because I know it's hard out there. I know life's hard, and if I can put a dent in any little person's hurt to make it a little less, then I think that that's a good thing. And I think we should all kind of think that way with what we do. It doesn't have to be mental health. It can be anything, and every day in every way we're affecting other people's lives. And so I care about people as a whole. So yeah, I actually care, but that doesn't mean that all of them do. I've had clients who've had horrible experiences with therapists because they're assholes. And you know, you can file complaints online to the licensing board if you feel that it was wrong and you were wronged, and that's your right as a customer. But yeah, I care a lot. And I think that you should find a therapist who you feel cares about you as well, okay? Question number 3. Now this is a good one, and I haven't thought about this one either. It says, how can I stop having nightmares so that I can actually get some sleep? We all know how important sleep is. I'm absolutely drained throughout the day because I'm not able to get a peaceful sleep. I wake up freaking out and panicking, and I spend most of my day convincing myself that it was just a dream, even though some of the incidents in my dreams actually have happened in my life. I already take Paxil for anxiety and depression. Is there anything that I can do? Now, I do not specialize in sleep and helping with sleep. However, almost every one of my clients who struggles with either anxiety or depression has troubles with sleep, or has had troubles with sleep, until you've worked through what you're working through with your therapist, or you're on medication that helps with the sleep. Those are the 2 things I've seen the most common. However, I did a little research today, so it's very interesting. You can look it up, and it's something that I actually talked about loosely. I did not know it was called this, which is kind of cool that it actually is a process. But in my video, if you want to search Kati Morton, how to sleep or get to sleep, I have a video. There's like a little lamb in the thumbnail, and I'm like, sleep. And so you can watch that, because I talk about more tools than just this one. But this apparently is like 70 to 80% effective, and those are amazing percentages. So it's called IRT, and it was created by Karkov and Harris, apparently. It's a 3-step process, and they say that you only need to do these things for a few minutes each day, and you may only need to do it for a week or 2, which is freaking amazing. So let me just read you the 3 steps of this, and if you want more information, you can search online and you can look into it. But it's pretty much, well, IRT stands, it stands for, let me look it up really quick. Sorry guys, I forgot to write that down. And it's on another page that I had pulled up. Now, IRT is the only one that they know works, and it's called Imagery, Rehearsal, Therapy. So it's like we're going to, and these are the 3 steps. It's going to make sense when I said Imagery, Rehearsal, Therapy. We're going to jot down, like someone on the website had commented and said, I keep a dream journal because it really helps me to read it out and see it on paper and be like, that's ridiculous. Or that's not real life. That was a dream. I wrote it down. And so this says, jot down a brief description of a recent nightmare. If your most recent nightmare is too upsetting to think about, pick another one. Now the second step, so that's just step 1, keep a dream journal. Step 2, think of a way to change that nightmare. Now, Karkow, the guy who created it, declines to tell his patients what sort of change to make and encourages them to rely on their intuition to make appropriate change. So you're pretty much trying to make it not a nightmare. So how can you change the nightmare to not a nightmare? So you think about that. Then number 3, set aside a few minutes each day to imagine this altered version of the nightmare. Simply paint a mental picture of this altered version. And it says some people with chronic nightmares, especially those who have suffered it for years, find it hard to believe that it's that simple, but it really is. And it could be completely effective for you. Obviously, 70 to 80% doesn't mean 100% of people are going to get relief, but I thought that was pretty freaking cool, because sometimes we can feel so lost and like things are just helpless, but in 3 steps, if we do it a little bit each day, reimagine a different nightmare with a better outcome, and we can overcome our nightmares. So let me know if that helps you, because that's something that I will put in my Rolodex for when I'm with my clients, and I will offer that up as some, helpful tips for them to move past it. Now, the journal topic is a quote, and it says, "Those who don't understand your silence will never understand your words." It's by Elbert Hubbard. And this person, I'm sorry I didn't write down your name, sweetie. Frustrating. "In recovery, I have found that one of the most difficult things was to repair broken relationships. After months and months, I realized that sometimes even the people who love us the most have a difficult time understanding the things we struggle with and the isolation that results from those things. But the best thing I've been able to accept was that it's okay if they don't understand, and in time, maybe they will. Yet it is not our fault, and it doesn't mean we screwed up. It just means that healing takes time, and our loved ones process our illnesses at their own pace. So let's breathe and keep working hard. The rest will fall into place." So I really like that. What does that quote that I mentioned at the beginning mean to you? And what do you think about what that person said? I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow on Twitter. So ask your question there using the hashtag KatieFAQ. Bye.